6 things you need to master as a product owner. Part 6. Collaborate with developers. Why does this matter? The developers are the extension of your brain, of your thoughts, your understanding. The best ideas don't fly if they are not correctly understood. Instead of filling Jira with hundreds of product backlog items and throwing them all over the wall, wouldn't it be more appropriate to inject your understanding into the developer's brain? And for that, the best tool is still conversation. Let's get together and talk. This is one core element of product backlog refinement. Communicating the narrative, describing your reasoning, and answer all the questions from the developers. I like to think about product ownership as the amalgamation from the business strategy all the way down to the tactics, the operational. Strategy is easy. Putting strategy into understanding and resulting behavior, that is the challenge. Now, what happens if you don't master it? Your developers most likely will be very busy. They will create lots of stuff which more often than wanted turns out to be wrong or slightly off, requiring more or less rework. Now, that causes an opaque measure of progress, less transparency, and less learning. There will be more work carried into the next sprint, having an impact on subsequent sprint goals and value overall. Now, what is a great example of this action? Most teams work with user stories, but interestingly, no one really knows the definition of a user story. Now, the definition of a user story is just simply the following. It is a promise for conversation to take place. Now, we read our kids' stories at bedtime. Why? While they entertain, they communicate important concepts. What is good? What is bad? Make them think and understand. And as they grasp those concepts, they will ask many questions, clarifying their understanding. Refinement is story time. Explain the narrative. Take all the time to answer all the questions. And at some point, you as a product owner, ask the developers, why don't you take notes? Have them create the product backlog items, which they will turn into product in the upcoming sprints. Now, if they get it wrong, it is their problem and not yours. This will make them small product owners in their minds. Thank you. How about subscribing to my channel?